quietly, awake again, thoughts again, this fog again. I lie in the dark and my mind is doing way too much. Every little step forward cost me more than I can touch. Everything is spinning, pulling, everything is far too loud. And I stand before the smallest things as if I no longer trust myself somehow. In a restlessness, cold hands, trembling again, empty again. 1,000 pathways in my mind, but none of them remain. Just the tiredness in my body and the pressure that won't leave. And I wonder how you keep on walking when you can barely stand on your own feet. Between the fragments and the memories, between yesterday and looking ahead, I search somewhere for one small sign that something in me still isn't dead. I stand between the fog and the light, and sometimes I don't recognize myself in the night. My heart beats loud, but I feel almost nothing inside. I fall and I fight, but I don't break from the fight. When the darkness calls my name again, and every single breath feels like running from pain, I hold on tight to what still has a voice, to one small spark. Somewhere between the fog and the light, there are voices from the separation, old wounds, a cold and empty space. And the life I used to know looks like a dream from far away. Way too much upon my shoulders, way too little left in me. And sometimes I was only smiling just to keep myself from sinking underneath. But then there are those little eyes that still look at me and see. And for one brief passing moment, something in me stands again freely. When we talk and when we laugh, when an evening just stays calm and still, I noticed that inside all of this darkness, something somehow slowly heals. Behind the mountains, behind the questions, behind everything still open and unclear. Maybe not an answer waiting, but something that still feels like hope is near. I stand between the fog and the light, and sometimes I don't recognize myself in the night. My heart beats loud, but I feel almost nothing inside. I fall and I fight, but I don't break from the fight. When the darkness calls my name again, and every single breath feels like running from pain, I hold on tight to what still has a voice, to one small spark. Somewhere between the fog and the light. And when I'm lying silent on the ground again, and my own mind is waging war within, I remind myself that I am not only made of exhaustion, not only made of fear, not only made of loss. There is still love, there is still breathe. There are still voices holding me together. There is still me, even when I can barely find myself. Right now, I stand between the fog and the light. And maybe tomorrow I'll know myself a little more. Not every step today has to save me. Sometimes it's enough to not completely fall. And when the darkness calls my name again, I walk on slowly through the burning pain. With everything that breaks, with everything that burns, and I keep searching for myself. between the fog and the light, quietly, not yet healed, but still here, still here.